The second Doctor Strange movie was playful with how the multiverse of the MCU works, and his actions have yet to be addressed in a much bigger way. Especially now that it's short meddling with the Darkhold open his third eye, which he's keen on using in the future, who together with Clea is yet to discover the secrets behind the Dark Dimension, the place where he'll probably go and have a slice from.
Someone once told me that the reality I thought I knew was just one of many.
Coming into the MCU after the original 6 Avengers characters and the events of their first 2 movies, we saw Doctor Strange who took over the scene by storm, with the first Doctor Strange movie being one of a kind, not because of the cast members that portrayed the roles they did, but because the movie was the first to introduce the mystical arts into the MCU, with it also introducing us to the vast multiverse, the first time we heard this term in any MCU movie up until that point. The ending of that movie has also shown us the Dark Dimension, where Dormammu resides, one of the most powerful villains in the entire Marvel Universe in the comics.
Things just got out of hand.
Doctor Strange was one of the crucial members that stopped Thanos and the Earth from being reduced to ashes, with him finding the only way possible to defeat that Mad Titan. He became a mentor to Peter Parker in the third Spider-Man movie from Marvel, with his latest appearance being in a sequel as the Tyler character, the first proper somewhat horror movie of the MCU, and we're not surprised as we know that it was Sam Raimi, a director of the horror genre, who was also the director of the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man trilogy, who was at the helm of this movie too. The movie itself played with the multiverse the best way possible, a movie that not only showcased Wanda Maximoff, aka the Scarlet Witch, but also a couple of variants of Doctor Strange from every corner of the multiverse, as well as the Illuminati team from Earth 838. Some have suspected that this sequel might also be the last in which Benedict Cumberbatch will portray the role, seeing how the others of his generation have set sail towards the sunset, and him being the only one left together with Bruce Banner and Carol Danvers as the few of the original members of the Avengers. However, it was the other way around, as the movie was the last rodeo for Wanda Maximoff, who sacrificed herself after she faced the truth of her not being able to be together with the family of her creation, destroying the Darkhold, one of the strongest artifacts in the Marvel Universe, along the way. So with everything in mind, we think it's time to turn our heads towards the future of Doctor Strange's character, where his next endeavors might take him now that we know his time of the hour is yet to come, especially now that he's probably going to be one of the main characters of Phase 5 of the MCU, that is set to start in a couple of years from now.
This universe is only one of an infinite number, Mr. Strange.
So the big question is, will Doctor Strange 3 happen, or does Marvel have some other plans for the character? Maybe something along the lines of the event called Secret Wars from the Marvel Comics, or even an Avengers 5 movie, or all of the above. Well, Marvel has been tight-lipped regarding the future of Doctor Strange, and we're not surprised at all. However, if Benedict Cumberbatch is up for a return, why would they not make another movie a little bit later down the line, right? As it stands right now, a Doctor Strange sequel has not been announced yet, but that could happen at any given moment. So keep your third eye open for any news coming your way, much like Doctor Strange's third eye opening scene. Let's say third Doctor Strange movie is confirmed, who would be the characters returning for the sequel? Well, obviously any future Doctor Strange movie will feature Benedict Cumberbatch, there's no doubt about it. Likewise, it's more than certain that he'll be joined by the other actor sharing his name, Benedict Wong, as Wong the Sorcerer Supreme.
You're wondering what happens now.
The Illuminati will see you, Stephen.
With Rachel McAdams getting a bigger role in the sequel, we could also be seeing her return for the role of Christine Palmer from whichever universe, whether it's Earth 611, the main timeline of the MCU we've been watching movies take place in, or the second biggest universe right now in the MCU, Earth 838. There's also a high chance that we could see America Chavez accompanying Strange, seeing how she has the strongest connection with him out of all the characters in the MCU right now. One other character who we think will surely return for a sequel is Baron Karl Mordo, with Chiwetel Ejiofor in the role. The mid-credits scene of the movie also confirmed a new character from the comics joining the MCU, Clea, portrayed by Charlize Theron, who will probably be the second or third most assured character for a potential Doctor Strange 3 movie. So far, Doctor Strange has done some rather questionable things, decisions that only he would consider appealing, not only to him but also to others without asking them for their permission. Of course, there's still that lingering proud characteristic of his from when he was just an ordinary but a rather renowned surgeon.
Stephen Strange.
Your reckoning is long overdue.
And the post-credit scene of the movie also points towards just that, how his past, let's call them mistakes to a certain degree, brought him to where he is right now, in the wide MCU, with the entire scene setting the stage for what the story of a possible Doctor Strange 3 movie might be. Clea, the newcomer to the MCU, explains to Strange that his actions in Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness have created an incursion, a term used in the Marvel Universe when two universes have collided with one another. In the comics, the Secret Wars event is a product of just that. An incursion is happening, with other universes rushing in to fill the vacuum left by the universe that had ceased to exist. The chain of events that occurred during that period of time eventually led to the entire multiverse collapsing in on itself, and it seems like this is exactly why Clea sought Doctor Strange to help her stop the entire thing before it even happens. The other question that has been on our minds as of late is as to what exactly Mordo has been doing over the last 6 years since the first Doctor Strange movie. Somewhere along the line he lost his way and turned into a villain who seems to be angry because of the fact that the world has become filled with sorcerers, individuals that don't deserve the power of the mystical arts.
What is grief? If not love, persevering.
Thus, he's bound to return at some point in the future, and the most probable place would be the next Doctor Strange outing, especially now that the good Doctor Strange has had his fair share of the power of the Darkhold. On the other hand, there's also a chance that the past few years have changed him and softened him up, with him eventually teaming up with Doctor Strange against the next grave threat that is yet to come. With everything said, if a third Doctor Strange movie gets confirmed, we'll have to wait a bit before it releases, because Marvel's calendars are filled by the end of 2023 with confirmed release dates and even more projects already in the works that will precede the third Doctor Strange movie. Hence, don't expect a possible sequel by the end of 2024 or even 2025, which seems like the likeliest time period when we might get to see Doctor Strange star as a title character in his own movie. On a related note, tell us down in the comments below, what do you think about Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness if you watched it, and if you haven't, what are you waiting for? But also, what are your thoughts about Doctor Strange's future? Do you think we'll be getting another sequel with him being the title character, or do you think Marvel is gearing up the character for some bigger even than himself? And also, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon if you'd like to see more videos like this in the future. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.